Roger has heard it all. He's a bartender. People like to talk to Roger, tell him what's on their mind. Memories pile up, minute by minute, one on top of the other, turning the mind into a trash heap, reducing the experience of now to, well, to just another memory. Is that all there is? Oh, to let go. What harm could there possibly be in that?
Guy never comes to meet you anymore.
Who?
The quiet one who used to come in just before closing time and order tomato juice.
Nope.
You lost interest, or did he?
It was a little bit more complicated than that.
And not my business.
Right.
You want me to check the doors?
No, I'll do it.
Oh, I'll rinse those glasses for you.
Oh, thanks.
Going out the back or the front?
Front.
Me too.
Can I give you a ride home?
Okay.
I've been wondering about you ever since I started working there.
Wondering how?
Well, I don't know exactly. You look at some people and you get interested in what's happening inside them. And besides that, you're pretty.
It's just an effect of the light.
I like the effect of the light.
Do you?
Yes. Do you want me to go?
Yes, I guess so.
Can I come back?
Maybe. I don't know. This isn't really my kind of thing. Men and...
You mean other women?
No, that's not what I mean.
I don't understand.
Oh, maybe sometime I'll try to explain.
Okay. You're sure you want me to go?
Yes.
That was a good dinner.
Well, you could come more often.
You see more of me than most mothers see of their sons.
Be careful!
Oh, clean it up.
That was one of the good ones.
Cup's a cup, Mother.
Oh, that's English bone china.
Not anymore, it isn't.
Don't you have any feeling about it at all?
It's a thing, Mother. It's a cup. You have other cups. If it was your last cup, then it might be important.
Well, these things matter to me.
I know.
Now, I've been thinking about the good silver. Now, when I'm away sometime, a thief could break in here, and that good silver I got from your grandmother would be the first thing he'd take.
You're going to build a vault for it?
Well, I put it in the trunk of the car.
What?
Well, they'd never think to look there, and they'd have a hard time breaking in.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it's not as ridiculous as losing that good silver.
Well, what would happen if you didn't have that silver? You never use it.
Now, things aren't important just because you use them.
Things aren't important at all.
Some things are,
Like what?
like that silver.
Why?
I don't know. It's just because it is.
Well, you don't own that silver, Mother. It owns you. The silver cries out that it's threatened, and you leap to defend it.
Oh, you do say such silly things. Here, now, help me finish these dishes.
Can I get another of these?
Vodka.
Please. I should probably go home, shouldn't I?
That's really up to you.
3 draft, please, Roger.
Okay. Vodka.
I don't want to go home.
Here's your 3 draft, Linda.
Thanks.
Why don't you want to go?
Because I go home every night. And he's always waiting there. Or, I get home first and I'm waiting for him. Well, not that there's anything wrong with him.
What's the trouble?
Do you live with somebody?
No. Well, not right now.
2 rye on ice and a scotch straight up.
Okay, if you see Jerry, tell him we're short of ice.
So you don't live with anybody. You don't have somebody waiting for you and expecting you. The same old face you see every day. And until you can't tell whether you're looking at his face or your own.
Maybe you should leave.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking. But it doesn't seem to make much sense. I mean, he's a nice guy.
So what's wrong?
Yeah, that's what my friends say to me. And I say it's just like Mount Everest. I mean, he's always there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, maybe.
See you tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
See ya.
Night.
You got all the tables done?
Yeah. I'll help you with those glasses.
Nah, it's okay. Sit down and rest your feet.
Is Jerry coming back?
No. He asked me to lock up.
It was a pretty big night, wasn't it?
It's funny to watch people drink.
Yeah. The more I see people drink, the less likely I am to start.
You ever wonder why they do it?
It creates the illusion of freedom.
I was talking to a woman at the bar tonight who was trying to explain why she didn't want to go home to some perfectly nice man.
Did you understand?
In a way. You want to ride home?
I guess.
Well, I'm done here. You ready?
Yep. Oh, nice night.
Isn't it? Hey, my car's gone. I parked it right here. I'm sure I did.
Usually you park around the corner.
And that's why I remember I can never get a place this close.
It's not here anymore.
That's a legal parking place. No reason for the cops to move it. Somebody must have stolen it.
It's certainly gone.
Well, what am I going to do?
Guess you'll have to walk home.
Now, you're sure that's where you left it?
Yes, I am. I drove to work, and when I came out, it was gone.
You finished work at 1:30 in the morning?
I'm a bartender.
You drink while you're at work?
No, I was cold sober, and I was with a friend, and she was cold sober, too.
Did you look around the neighborhood? Sometimes people forget where they parked.
Yes, I thought of that. Just in case, I checked all the streets where I normally park.
Okay, I'll put a report in. See if it shows up on the computer.
Look, there isn't any chance that you people towed it away for some reason. It was a legal parking place, but you never know.
We don't just tow cars away for no reason.
Well, maybe there was some reason that I don't know about.
If we got it, it'll show up on the computer.
I keep seeing the car on the street, but it's never mine.
Why do you let it bother you?
I don't know.
Is it really very important?
Well, I guess it must be.
Why?
That's what I said to my mother just last week. She was worrying about a broken cup and somebody stealing her silver. And now I'm doing the same thing.
Do you really need the car?
No. Maybe I'm better off without it.
Have you ever noticed how nobody talks about the soul anymore?
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, isn't that what you were talking to your mother about?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
You always looked to me like a man who wanted to let go of a lot of things he was tangled up in.
It's nice talking to you like this.
Good.
Well, it's late.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go.
Probably.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
You got the paychecks in here, Jerry?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thanks.
Every week when I give you your check, I expect you to tell me you're quitting.
Why?
It's kind of a dead-end job, bartending. I mean, you look like somebody who'd want something better.
Oh, I like it okay. Gives me time to think.
Think? What's to think about?
All kinds of things. Yesterday I was looking at a diary I used to keep, and I wrote about how I used to go to the zoo every week, and every time I'd see this one animal, how it walked back and forth in its cage, and I started to think how most people's lives are like that, except the cage is a bit bigger. See, they go to work, they come home, they go to sleep, they get up.
Look, it's simple, Roger. You try to do something with your life. Get out of the cage.
No, that doesn't seem to be what I'm looking for.
But that's all there is. I mean, you look around and you see what kind of chances there are, and you grab for them. If you don't, it's like you say, you're just a monkey in a zoo.
But ambition makes you a monkey who keeps learning new tricks.
That's all there is. Old tricks and new tricks.
No, there's more than that. There's something inside the soul.
Come on. I don't even know what the word means.
Tom MacArthur's getting married.
To who?
That Robertson girl you knew in high school.
I don't remember any Robertson girl.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I think you even went out with her a couple of times.
I don't remember that.
Well, anyway, she went away after high school, and then she got a job here and moved back.
And she's marrying Tom MacArthur, whoever he is.
Now, you're not going to tell me you don't remember Tom MacArthur.
Yes, I remember Tom MacArthur. Though I don't know why. Well, I better get going. By the time I catch my bus and get home, it'll be late.
Well, why didn't you drive? Is there something wrong with your car?
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
Stolen, I guess. I came out of work a few nights ago and it wasn't there.
I suppose you left the keys in it.
No, of course not.
Well, how else could they steal it?
I don't know. Hotwire it, I guess.
Did you go to the police?
Yes.
Well, maybe they can find it.
Well, they don't seem very hopeful.
What about insurance?
I just had liability insurance. That won't replace the car.
That's terrible.
Well, I find I can get along fine without it.
Well, that's not the point.
What is?
Your car just gone like that? Just disappeared?
Oh, I hardly think about it anymore. I can't even think what it was like to have a car.
Roger, you're late. The other guy had to go, so I had to run the bar and everything else, too. I mean, you've been finding your way to work for months. How come you get lost now?
I don't know. Maybe because I was walking instead of driving. There's a bigger part of it where I always turn, but I couldn't find it. The next thing I knew, I was in a bunch of streets that didn't make any sense. I was just wandering. Places I'd never seen before. Finally, I had to ask someone for directions.
Roger. I mean, next time you're late, try the sick friend routine. It makes more sense.
It's true, Jerry. I got lost.
Well, why don't you get lost behind the bar for a while?
You want to walk across the park?
Isn't that out of your way?
Not much. I should be careful I don't get lost again.
You can always ask directions.
It's funny how that building seemed to disappear.
Yes.
Things are changing somehow. I seem to be forgetting a lot.
Maybe you're only forgetting what you don't need.
Do you think so?
Sometimes I think that our minds get more and more full of the past until there's no room for things to happen. And nothing does.
So we have to forget things before anything new can happen.
You have to have a kind of amnesia. Then you can be totally present in every moment. A saint.
No memory, no plan.
That's right.
Where did you learn these things?
They're just things I've worked out. Reading, thinking.
Are you ready for dinner?
Oh, it's nice to have something cooked for me for a change. I've been looking around your apartment. It seems awfully bare.
Well, I've been clearing things out. I want to get down to the things I need.
Roger, where are you getting these strange ideas?
From Linda, I guess.
Who is this Linda?
A friend.
Is it serious?
Well, yes, but not in the way you think. She teaches me things.
I can imagine.
There are things in the world besides sex, Mother.
So what does she teach you?
About what's inside me.
I've never been convinced that there was anything inside me but a lot of soft plumbing.
Inside the mind.
Where's that picture of you in your scout uniform? The one I always liked.
I got rid of it.
Why?
There's no point in living in the past.
You want to pour me about 27 more whiskeys?
How about starting with one?
I'll drink to that. Keep the change.
Thanks.
I'm trying to work up my courage. Yeah, get out. Run away. Everything. Job, house, lot. See, I have this idea that I'd go to the Arctic and spend the winter there, all on my own. Oh, sure, I've been out there before. Wilderness camping, that kind of thing. Out there, you know what's real.
Isn't it possible to do that right here?
I don't see how.
Just let it all go. Make it not be.
I never went in for magic tricks.
It's only there if you let it be. That's what a friend of mine says.
Hey, the only way it's not there is if I get on a plane and fly away.
Excuse me. Do you know this neighborhood?
Yes, I do.
Well, isn't there a record store somewhere near here?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm sure there is. I bought a record there just last week. It was right beside the florist's.
I've lived around here for 10 years, and there was never a record store beside the florist.
I was there just last week.
You must be confused.
Are you still keeping your silver in the trunk of your car?
Oh, make fun of me all you like. I still think it's a good idea. Come and look at these photographs.
That whole pile?
No, just these. Where were they taken?
I'm not the person to ask.
Well, you were there. Oh, there you are in the picture, making faces.
Photographs are funny things, aren't they?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, here are all these funny little gray and white things, and we assume that they show us something that really happened.
Well, of course they do. Now, try and remember where this was.
I won't remember. Forgetfulness is more my style these days.
What do you mean?
Things are disappearing.
Like what?
Yesterday I was looking for a record store. I was in it last week, right beside a florist shop. I talked to a woman who lived nearby, and she was so positive that I was wrong. It was quite funny.
Roger, do you think you should talk to someone?
Why should I do that?
Well, this business of forgetting, things disappearing.
Well, that's only happening because I want it to.
Well, I think you should stop talking to that girl, that Linda.
Why?
She's the one who's doing these things to you.
Oh, but I feel good. Everything I see is brighter than it ever was before. Everything I hear is clearer.
But I'm frightened for you.
Is it dangerous?
You have to decide that. I can't tell you.
My mother's terrified.
But anyone who locks her silver in the trunk of the car must already be terrified.
Yeah, I suppose.
Are you frightened?
Sometimes I wonder what's going to happen.
Do you want to control it?
Maybe.
And then you end up back where you started.
Well, can't you stop halfway?
Guess you can try.
Excuse me, may I help you?
I'm looking for a recording of Mahler's 10th Symphony.
10th?
That's right.
But he only wrote 9.
He wrote 10.
9. Beethoven, Mahler, and Bruckner. They all wrote 9.
I had a recording of Mahler's 10th. It got damaged. I had to throw it out.
It must have been the 9th. There's no 10th symphony.
I'm sure I had a record of it.
A symphony can't just disappear, can it?
Things have been, you know.
Have been what?
disappearing.
Really?
You got a minute, Jerry?
Sure.
Look, I wondered if you could work the schedule so that I could get a couple of days off.
Well, it won't be easy. What do you need time off for?
I don't know if I can explain it. I'm not sick or anything. I just feel kind of shaky.
Well, like how?
I can't explain it. It's just something strange is happening to me.
Maybe you should talk to somebody.
Yeah, maybe. Is Linda coming in today?
No, she's off. Has this got something to do with her?
Sort of.
Is she pregnant or something?
No, it's nothing like that. But I think she'd be a good person to talk to. She seems to understand.
This problem, is it kind of personal?
In a way.
Look, Roger, is this... I mean, do you figure you're gay? Something like that?
No, it's nothing like that, Jerry. It's not that kind of thing. Not like that.
You don't sound very good, Roger.
I'll be okay.
Look, I'll fix the schedule for you. Take a couple of days. Find somebody. Maybe talk it out.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
When I was young, it was different.
How?
It just seemed easier. You weren't so tangled up in other parts of your life. Yeah, maybe it was just the 60s. All that talk about revolution. We all assumed that the inside and the outside fitted together. Yeah. I've been going to an analyst, Jungian, and that's what I've been trying to do, is find the key and let me find what's really going on inside me.
Excuse me?
What?
I was listening to what you were saying. I know I shouldn't have been, but...
Let's move to a different... Yeah.
I just want you to know that what you're saying, what you're talking about, it's dangerous, you know. Do you live here?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking for someone.
Who is it you want?
Her name's Linda. I need to talk to her. I think there's something missing in what I've learned. It doesn't seem to be working out right.
Is she some sort of therapist?
Oh, no, she's just a friend. See, I've been losing things. Or forgetting. Or I don't know which.
What's your name?
Well, does it matter?
No, I guess not.
Have you lived here very long?
3 years.
Then you probably know her.
Which apartment is she in?
The basement.
There's no apartment in the basement. Just the furnace and a laundry room.
I was there with her. I'm sure I was.
It must have been a different house.
There aren't any other big brick houses on this street, just apartment buildings.
She didn't live in one of those?
No.
You remember being here?
Yes.
But there's nobody named Linda living here. There never has been, in the time that I lived in the house.
Well, maybe I made a mistake. We work at the same place. I can see you're there.
Hi.
I've never seen you before.
I started here.
Well, I work here too, but I've been taking a couple of days off.
Oh. Well, can I get you something?
Draft, I guess. When did you start?
Well, just today.
Is Linda here?
Oh, I don't know any Linda.
Well, she works here too.
Oh, I haven't met her. Guess she's not in today.
Things are disappearing.
What?
It's something happening to me. It's nice in a way. Like when I look at your face, it's as if there was a special light on it. It's as if I never saw a face before and I didn't know what it was, so I can really concentrate.
Yeah?
Linda taught me how to do it, how to let go.
How?
I don't know, really. In a way, it just started to happen.
I don't think I really follow what you're talking about.
Oh, would you do me a favor? Would you go and check on the schedule and see when Linda's working?
Sure.
Is Jerry in?
No. I looked at the schedule.
Is Linda working tomorrow?
There's no Linda on the schedule.
What about me? My name's Roger. When do I start back?
There's no Roger there either.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks for looking. I guess I better go. Yes?
Roger, I've been worried about you.
Why?
You didn't come for dinner.
Was I supposed to?
On Wednesday, you always do.
Do I?
What's the matter with you?
Is something the matter with me?
You're looking at me so strangely.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not being rude. It's just that I'm wondering why you came to my door.
I came looking for you.
Do I know you?
Roger,
Yes.
I'm your mother. You must remember me. I'm your mother.
Ah, well, now that you've told me, maybe I'll remember you.
Roger, you've got to get help.
Well, I don't need any help, but I'm going out now. Maybe you could visit some other time. Who did you say you were?
Roger.
What do you mean? That. What is it? It's a streetcar. And what's that?
What?
What is it?
Store.
And that. What is it?
Hey, is this a joke? You're from a radio station or something?
No, but what is it?
It's a bicycle. Hey, you're serious, aren't you? Like this isn't a joke.
What's a joke?
You're crazy.
Oh, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, what are you then?
I am what I am.
What?
I'm kind of a saint. There's nothing in my mind pure being. Nothing else at all.
Roger got out of the cage all right, and turning around, it was gone. He was free at last of the dreadful captivity of things, memories. He'd have to tell Linda about it sometime, if he could find her out here where everything is so much brighter and clearer and vanishing. Buenos Aires, the city on the motionless river, a cosmopolitan city, a city of intrigue, and tonight of murder. And where will the murderer strike next? Inspector Eric Lumrot thinks he has divined a pattern which will lead him to a quarter of the city not on any map, nor corresponding to any point on the compass. A pattern which will lead him through the vanishing point.
Room service.
Who's that?
Room service, sorry. I'll do next door first. Oh. Room service. Room service. Anybody in the bathroom?
I think we're finished with the bathroom, Inspector.
All right, do this room now.
Inspector, Lundrot is here.
Lundrot.
Hello, Mary. Who's the gentleman with the knife?
Okay, boys, cover him up. His name is Marcel Yarmolinsky, Rabbi Marcel Yarmolinsky. He was here for some kind of convention.
For the Third Talmudic Congress.
Who are you?
I'm Schultz, Yazela Schultz. I'm with the Yiddish Zeitung. Rabbi Yarmolinsky was a delegate from Podolsk. I had an interview with him today.
Well, he won't be doing much talking now, so you might as well leave.
Who found him?
The maid, when she came in to make up the room. He was stabbed through the heart.
Ah, very classic. The silver blade did cleave my heart. The silver tongue cried out in pain. Did anyone hear anything?
Well, the Tetrarch of Galilee has a suite on the other side of the corridor. His chauffeur is in the room next door, but he says he didn't hear a thing.
The Tetrarch of Galilee? I didn't know such a thing existed.
It does, and it is rich. It owns the finest sapphires in the world. Our man must have tried to steal them, broke into this room by mistake, woke Yarmolinsky, and had to kill him. Murder by mishap.
Well, it's possible, but not very interesting. You'll say that reality is under no obligation to be interesting. Maybe reality can disregard that obligation.
Lund!
But in my modest opinion, theories may not.
What is your theory, Lundrot?
Well, Meyrink, here's a dead rabbi. I'd much prefer a rabbinical explanation.
I'm not much interested in rabbinical explanations. I'm interested in getting the man who killed this unknown party.
Not so unknown. All those books there on the table. Yarmolinsky's complete works. A vindication of the Kabbalah. A biography of the Baal Shem Tov, founder of the Hasidic movement.
Take those books away and study them if you like, Lundrot. I can't waste time on a lot of Jewish superstitions.
Inspector?
What now?
This sheet was in the rabbi's typewriter.
Oh, you want to read it, Lundrot?
Yes, let me see. The first letter of the name has been uttered.
And what in God's name is that supposed to mean?
Good evening, Beth.
Dinner won't be a moment.
Aha!
Yes, sir.
So, your sister's been to see you.
My sister?
Soup. I smell soup, my dear. Soup means you had no time to cook the roast you promised and decided to heat the soup instead. Now, why would you not have time? Today is not washing day. That was yesterday, I know, because the sheets were changed. So, what could make our splendid Beth change her plans? A visitor, of course. A visitor who talks quite a lot. And, aha, confirmation, an umbrella, a lady's umbrella. Obviously your sister's, and to forget it, equally obviously, she must have been here. Quod erat demonstrandum.
I saved the roast till Sunday because you said Inspector Meyrink would be coming to dinner. I reheated the soup because there's no point in throwing good food away. That's not my sister's umbrella. It's my old one, and it's on its way to the church bazaar.
Beth, you disappoint me. You always look at things in the simplest possible way. It's only a mask, the simple side of things. You should look behind the mask, Beth, behind the mask.
You want a glass of milk with your soup?
No, thanks. Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting on a hot tureen.
Shall I put your parcel on the desk?
Parcel? Oh, Yarmolinsky's books. No, I'll look at them here.
More books? You'll get them covered in soup.
Mens sana in corpore sano, Beth. Keep your mind active while you eat. Nourish the spirit while you feed the flesh. Beth, do you ever think about the true name of God?
I didn't even know he had one.
Well, for the Jews, God has a secret name, a terrible name that cannot be uttered. And some believe that if it were ever pronounced, it would bestow upon you infinite power and wisdom. Ah, here. Listen. The ineffable, sacred, reverential, unknowable, and incommunicable name with which God is referred to some 6,000 times in the Old Testament is made up of 4 Hebrew letters. Yod, He, Vav, and He again. Aha.
Would you like some more soup?
These 4 letters, called the Tetragrammaton, have a secret pronunciation. Do you realize the importance of this, man?
I thought you were working on a murder case.
I am, Beth, I am. The solution lies in these 4 letters. I know it. All I need is God's help to find it.
Nice, Watson, you found yourself, Sherlock.
Hasidic ritual, yes. Ano nafshoik tovit, Yahovit. I wish I could understand Hebrew. That's it.
Now where are you going?
Out. Sometimes even an expert needs expert advice.
Yes?
Lunroth.
Who?
Chief Detective Eric Lunroth. Is that Schultz?
Yes?
Schultz, would you please let me in? There's something I want to ask you.
Push the door when you hear the buzz. Then it's the second door on the right.
Second door on the right.
Lunroth?
I see you're busy, but it's urgent.
It's all right. Come in. It's always like this when Sarah's out. Maybe you wouldn't mind holding Sholem while I try to get the bottle warmed up.
Schultz, I came to ask you a few questions. There, baby. A question about the name of God.
This heats up very quickly. Sholem hates it when his dinner's late.
I want to know about the Hasidim and...
I think it's all right now. Here, try it. No, I mean put it in his mouth.
Oh.
Good. Now we can sit down.
Where shall I put him?
Oh, just anywhere, on the floor. Once he's got his bottle, he's fine.
Schultz, do you believe that uttering the name of God is the key to the powers of the universe?
Mr. Lunroth, maybe you're asking the wrong person. I'm an atheist. I'm the opposite of most Jews. See, most Jews believe in God, but are not interested in his theology. I'm interested, but I don't believe.
Tell me what you know.
Well, perhaps the most important book of Jewish mysticism is the Sefer Yetzirah.
Ah, yes. Yarmolinsky translated it. I have his copy at home.
The Sefer Yetzirah opens with this sentence. By means of 32 mysterious paths did the Eternal engrave and establish his name, and created his world.
32, eh?
Exactly. The 32 paths are explained as the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, together with the 10 Sephirot.
I see.
You do? Well, throughout the centuries, Jewish mystics have believed that because God made the world with 22 letters and 10 Sephirot, what you would call creative writing, certain combinations of letters have a secret meaning. And the Tetragrammaton, the combinations of letters in God's name, is the most powerful of all.
And the Hasidim?
The Hasidim, the name means pious. Oh, much of their fame to the great Baal Shem Tov, who founded the Hasidic movement in the 18th century.
Yes?
The Hasidim are dedicated mystics, perhaps the most earnest seekers of the name. The Goyim spread rumors about bloody rituals that are supposed to be part of the search.
Exactly.
But of course, very little is known of these extracurricular activities.
Schultz, you've been most kind, most helpful.
Oh, not at all.
You look after Sholem. I'll see myself out.
Details of that story are to be confirmed today. A man was stabbed to death last night in the western suburbs. Early this morning, the body of Daniel Simon Azevedo was found lying on the doorstep of a hardware store, with a knife still protruding from the chest. There is no indication as to the motive for this murder. Chief Detective Eric Lunroth has kindly agreed to join us today in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Lunroth.
Good morning.
Mr. Lunroth, it was reported that a message, a peculiar message, was found next to the body.
On the wall of the hardware store, to be precise. The wall was decorated with red and yellow diamond shapes, and someone, presumably the murderer, had written on them in chalk.
Are you at liberty to disclose the nature of the message, Mr. Lunrot?
As to the nature of the message, I'm not certain. The message itself I can repeat. The second letter of the name has been uttered.
Aha. And does that message convey any special meaning to you, Mr. Lunrot?
Everything conveys a special meaning. When we fail to grasp it, it is the eyes, not the object, that is to blame.
Of course. Mr. Lunrot, would you say that this was a gang murder, you know, disposing of an informer?
You journalists have a passion for the obvious. Look at the symmetry, at the pattern. Gangs are not renowned for their neatness, you know.
Yes. Well, thank you, Chief Detective Lunrot. We will be back after these messages.
Inspector Meyrink and a gentleman to see you, sir.
Ah, Meyrink. Another little murder?
I'm not sure. Mr. Finnegan here has a story I think you'll find most interesting.
Black Finnegan. My pleasure, Mr. Lonrod.
Sit down. Akavit?
Well, well, I'll try anything once. I thank you kindly, sir. Indeed, I will.
Thank you, Beth.
Yesterday, February the 3rd, I got a call in the office. Oh, thanks. That's fine. Someone called Ginsberg.
Ginsberg or Ginsberg?
Ginsberg, with an S. Anyway, he said he had some information on the double sacrifice, as he called it, of Azevedo and Yarmolinsky.
You traced the call?
I thought it might be a practical joke, you know, with the carnival and all that. But yes, I had it traced. It came from a sailor's tavern, Liverpool House.
My ex-missus was a jury from Liverpool, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
I asked Mr. Finnegan if he remembered who had made calls that day. There's only one phone in the house, and that's in Mr. Finnegan's office.
Well, the only gentleman to use the phone yesterday was a Mr. Griffius, a foreign gentleman.
Griffius, Ginsberg.
Oh, he'd been in the house for, about a week. Paid the rent in advance. Oh, nice man. Quiet sort.
What did he look like?
He had a kind of misty grey beard, and he always wore black. Oh, he never went out. He had his meals in his room, like a real gentleman.
I take it your story does not end with the phone call.
Oh, right you are, sir. A horse-drawn carriage pulled up outside. The coachman was dressed like a bear, with a mask and everything.
A bear?
Well, two harlequins got out, you know, in those costumes with diamond shapes, red, yellow, green. Yeah, they burst into the lobby, blowing silly red hot, and they wrapped their arms around Mr. Griffius. But he seemed to know them. But he didn't seem too pleased to see them.
When did they leave?
About 10 minutes later, with Mr. Griffius. Oh, and hadn't Mr. Griffius seemed as drunk as they were, you know? Hardly able to stand on his feet. Well, the harlequins, they had to carry him out.
Well, I'm sure that's the last the world will see of Mr. Griffius Ginsberg.
It all smells too cozy, too much like a plant.
One of the harlequins drew a dirty picture on the wall of Liverpool House and a crazy message. You'll never guess what it said.
The last letter of the name has been uttered.
Exactly. Now, how did you
Meyrink, I take it you inspected the room?
It's a small room. On the floor was a star-shaped bloodstain. The bed was unmade. There was a chair and a table. On the table were a pile of cigarette butts of a Hungarian brand and a half-eaten cheese sandwich. I think it was Edam. Oh. There was a suitcase with hardly any clothes in it and a book.
A book?
I thought you'd like to see it.
The Greek-Hebrew dictionary. Here's an underlined passage. Dies Judaeorum incipit a solace.
Would you mind translating that into Christian?
The Jewish day begins at sundown and ends the following sundown.
Very useful, Lonrod. I'll remember that for my next crossword puzzle.
You should not disregard every valuable clue you come across, Meyrink.
And is this the most valuable clue you've picked up in this case?
No, Meyrink. Far more valuable is one of the words Ginsberg used over the phone. Good morning, Beth.
There's a big envelope for you on the table.
Let's see the papers first.
The envelope looks important.
Important things will wait. It's the trivial things that vanish into nothingness. Aha! An exclusive interview with our friend Red Sherlock.
That murderer.
Now, Beth, you mustn't be ungrateful. Without men like Sherlock, I'd be out of a job. The fact that he's a murderer shouldn't cloud your judgment of his character. Here we are. Oh, for goodness. He says that in his part of town, he must mean the South, this sort of crime would never take place, and he accuses Inspector Meyrink of criminal negligence.
Sherlock probably killed them all himself.
No slander, Beth, no slander.
If you're finished with breakfast, how you can eat bread and cheese in the morning, I'll never know.
Thank you, Beth. Let's see this important envelope. Neat handwriting. Postmark, Triste-le-Roi.
Triste-le-Roi? That's in the southern suburbs. Horrible place.
A map. And a note. To Eric Lunrot. That's me. On the 3rd of March, there will not be a 4th crime because the Hotel du Nord... yes, the first crime is marked here on a map. The Hotel du Nord, the hardware store on the west side, and Liverpool House to the east form the perfect sides of an equilateral and mystical triangle. It's marked in red on the map. Who signs this Euclidean note? Baruch Spinoza. Good old Jewish name. So, 3 equidistant points. Symmetry in space. And symmetry in time. December the 3rd, the first crime. January the 3rd, the second crime. February the 3rd, the third crime. 333. In God's name!
Careful with it,
Beth, I've got it!
The murderer?
The murderer's mine? Where's the compass I had somewhere?
You going safe?
Where is it?
Here you are.
And a ruler.
Here.
Good.
Why can't you hunt for clues in the fresh air like an ordinary detective? Oh, this cooped-up fiddle-faddle.
That's it! I've called Meyrink.
Inspector Meyrink.
Tomorrow, the murderers will be behind bars.
What?
We can take a rest.
Eric, so they're not planning a 4th murder.
But precisely because they are planning a 4th murder, we can rest easily.
Eric, even when I understand you, I don't understand you.
Beth, I'm going south.
To Triste-le-Roi? Will you be home for dinner?
I will, Beth. I will. Tetragrammaton. So ingenious. 1, 2, 3. Triste-le-Roi. Wouldn't Red Sherlock love to know I'm coming down his way? Sherlock the dandy. Did Azevedo work for Sherlock? What if Sherlock himself were the intended 4th victim? No, that's absurd.
Next stop, Triste-le-Roi.
The universe is a beautiful pattern into which everything fits. After tonight, I'll go away. Nice, long rest. To the mountains, maybe. Oh, God. I'm ashamed I spent close to 100 days on such a simple problem. Excuse me. How do I get to the old villa?
Oh, you don't want to go there?
Oh, I do want to go there.
Well, down the lane, across the field, behind those eucalyptus trees. You better hurry. Looks like rain.
Thank you. Triste-le-Voir. God, this is a miserable place. Even the birds seem to have deserted it. Music. Damn. Where now? 2 doors. All these insane repetitions. One balcony reflecting another, one statue matching another statue. Music seems to come from upstairs. Left or right? Let's turn right. Oh, this house never ends. Another empty room. No. The house is not so large. The moonlight, the sameness, the mirrors, the loneliness make it large. You're old, Eric Lodrot. Look. Sherlock.
You're very kind, Lonrod. You've saved me a night and a day.
Sherlock.
Take a seat, Mr. Detective. I'll switch on the light.
Sherlock, are you in search of the name of God?
Oh, no, Lonrod. I'm after something much more ephemeral, more frail. I'm after Eric Lonrod.
But why, Sherlock, why?
3 years ago, in a gambling dive on the Rue de Toulon, you arrested my brother. My men managed to get me away, but I had a bullet inside me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
9 days, 9 nights I went through hell, here in this rat-infested villa wrecked by fever. I had endless nightmares about a house where everything was double, symmetrical, the reflection of something else. I came to loathe my body. I came to feel that 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 lungs are as monstrous as 2 faces. An Irishman, trying to convert me to the faith of Jesus, kept repeating to me the saying of the Goyim, all roads lead to Rome. At night, my fever fed on that image. I felt the world was a maze from which escape was impossible, because all roads which seemed to lead north or south, in fact, led to Rome, which was also the cell where my brother lay dying, and also this villa of Triste-le-Roi.
Your brother was a killer. I only did my duty.
During those long nights, I swore by the gods of fever and of mirrors that I would weave a maze around the man who sent my brother to prison. Well, I've woven the maze. It's pretty tight. It's made of a dead rabbi, a compass, a Jewish superstition, a dagger, and the diamond-shaped patterns of a hardware store.
I admire your handicraft, but why kill a rabbi?
Poor Lonrod, you've discovered nothing, have you? The first victim, the rabbi, came to me by pure chance.
Chance?
With some colleagues of mine, among them Daniel Azevedo, I planned the greatest robbery of the century, the theft of the Tetrarch sapphires. Azevedo betrayed us, the pig. He got drunk on the money we advanced him and tried to pull the job a day earlier. But at the Hotel du Nord, he got mixed up. And around 2 a.m, he blundered into Yarmolinsky's room.
But what about the message?
Yarmolinsky had been unable to sleep, so he decided to do some writing. notes or something about the true name of God. He had just typed out the words.
The first letter of the name has been uttered.
Azevedo warned him not to move, but the rabbi reached for the buzzer.
And Azevedo killed him.
Good. You catch on quickly, Mr. Lunro.
And how did this mistake inspire Sherlock the dandy?
The minute I realized you were guessing that the Hasidim had sacrificed the rabbi, I did my best to justify that guess.
Go on.
Yarmolinsky died the night of December 3rd. Mm-hmm. For the second sacrifice, I chose the night of January 3rd. Mm-hmm. The rabbi had died on the north side, so for the second sacrifice, yes, I chose a spot on the west side. Azevedo was the ideal victim. He deserved death. He was too impulsive. He was a traitor. To link his corpse with the previous one, I scribbled on the diamond shape of the hardware store the second message.
The second letter of the name has been uttered.
I hope I'm not boring you.
Absolutely enthralled. Please continue.
Many thanks. The third sacrifice was staged on the 3rd of February. I think our friend Myring guessed it was only a plant. Griffius Ginsburg...
Ginsburg.
All right. Ginsburg was me. I spent an impossible weekend at Flea Hole in the Rue de Toulon wearing that false beard. That was sheer torture.
I'm sorry.
Then, as planned, my friends came to kidnap me. One of them wrote on the wall the final message. The last letter of the name has been uttered.
Weather seems to be on your side.
A little atmosphere. It's been trying to rain all day. I think you met my expectations. You see, I knew it would strike you that a murder in the north, another in the east, and a third in the west demanded a fourth murder in the south. The name of God, the Tetragrammaton, is made up of 4 letters. The diamond shapes on the hardware store and on the Harlequins also suggested 4. 4 sides, 4 angles, right?
Right.
Then the underlined section in the dictionary. The passage makes it clear that the Jews reckoned the day from sunset to sunset, meaning that the murders had taken place on the 4th of each month. Again, the number 4.
And then, of course, you sent me the map with the note.
The last hint. I couldn't resist it. Was it too obvious?
Not at all.
I knew you'd realize that the triangle was really the upper part of a diamond shape. And that in marking those 3 points, whoever had drawn the lines on the map was really marking a 4th point, the lower angle of the diamond. The point, of course, was here, at Tristarwa.
Where death awaits me.
It took a lot of work and patience.
Not to mention a few lives.
But it was worth it.
Am I really worth it, Sherlock?
Oh, most definitely, Lunrod. Most definitely. The rain. What are you thinking, Lunrod?
In our maze, there are 3 lines too many. I know of a Greek maze that has a single straight line. Along this line, so many thinkers have lost their way that a mere detective is sure to lose his way as well. Listen, Sherlock. When in another incarnation you hunt me down, stage or commit a murder in point A, then a second murder in point B, 8 miles from A. Then a third murder at point C, 4 miles from A and B, halfway between the 2. Then wait for me at D, 2 miles from A and 2 miles from point C. Then you can kill me at D, just like you're going to kill me here at Tris-la-Wa.
The next time I kill you, Lonrod, I promise you that maze made of a single straight line, invisible and unending.
Is the investigation over, or has it just begun? For Inspector Eric Loonrot, there is still a mystery to solve. Who knows? When he meets Sherlock again, he may even have the advantage. For next time, perhaps, it will be Loonrot who lies in wait in the heart of the maze, on the other side of the Vanishing Point. Charles and Susan Underhill are doing a pretty good job raising little Jimmy. His childhood is a lot happier than his father's. But as someone once said, each childhood is a nightlight in the bedroom of memories. And sometimes that nightlight can flare up a little too brightly, not dispelling the shadows, but only revealing them all too clearly.
Twinkle, twinkle your little spoon, Jimmy, and finish your cereal. Come on now.
Okay.
Good boy.
Attaboy. And it's Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. You don't fool around with Mozart.
Oh, Charles.
See you later, honey. Bye, Jimmy. Be a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
Kid's grammar stinks. Time we send him to school.
Uh-huh.
No, can't talk about it now. Gotta
Charles,
run.
just a minute. Charles.
Sweetheart.
Look, I am not deciding our son's future all by myself.
Look, I agree that Jimmy needs to play with other kids, but he's got the Rogers boy next door and the Harrison twins around the corner.
The Rogers boy is too old for him, and the Harrisons have moved.
No kidding. When?
2 weeks ago. Oh, Charles, he needs a regular routine with children his own age.
All right. Why don't you get a list of play schools or whatever they're called, and we'll decide.
No, we don't need a list. There's a playground just down the street, and that's the most convenient place.
Playground?
Down the street where?
You pass it every day going to the train.
Oh, that place. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll look it over after work today.
Oh, would you, Charles? That'll be great. I just feel it's something we should decide together.
I'm all for it.
Well, I wasn't sure. You never seemed to want to talk about it.
Well, I just figured you'd handle it.
You know, Jimmy can sense when you're involved in his life and when you're not.
Since when aren't I involved? Sometimes I think he doesn't know which one of us is the father or the mother.
Yeah, I guess it would have been different if he had brothers and sisters.
All right. Why don't I stay home and we'll work on it?
It took 10 years of trying to produce him. My biological clock has run down. And go to work. And don't forget the playground.
I won't forget.
You hear that, Jimmy? Daddy's going to look at the playground. You can go there every day and learn all kinds of games and rhymes.
Go to playground?
That's right. And you'll learn the real words to all the songs.
Tell you the truth, I get a kick out of his versions.
Cole Porter.
Oh, spare me.
We go round a mulberry bush. Pop goes the weasel.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, you got time for a quick drink?
Not today, I don't think. Gotta check out a playground for Jimmy.
Oh, send the kid out in the big world, huh?
Yeah, you got it. A couple of weeks in a playground, then he gets a job.
Yeah, let him support you for a change.
Yeah.
Hey, is that Tom Marshall over there? Well, maybe he'll join me for an after-work libation.
Don't count on it. Marshall's become a bit of a stick in the mud lately.
Are you serious? Come on, he was always good for a laugh.
Can't get 2 words out of him these days.
No harm in trying. See you tomorrow.
Will you have a drink for me, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Tom!
Playgrounds. I don't remember learning anything at a playground, except how to steer clear of the big kids. Sure sounds like they're having a good time. Oh, that's a peculiar smell. Like iodine. Reminds me of when I was a kid. Cuts and scrapes, bruises and sores. You sure can make a hell of a racket. No wonder they don't go deaf. Can't see anybody supervising. What's happening? Oh, chest hurts. I have to get out. Don't know what came over me. I was almost sick there for a minute.
Hello, Charlie.
What? Who called?
Up here on the slide. Watch me go!
Kid. He's all right. Just fooling around, I guess. Just kid stuff.
Here you go, honey. Good stiff scotch.
Thanks. That's better.
Want to play, Daddy?
Oh, leave Daddy alone for a while, Jimmy. He's not feeling well.
Daddy got a tummy ache?
That's right, Jim. We'll play later, okay?
Look, you go on up to your room, sweetheart, and put your toys away, okay? That's a good boy.
Play later?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Look, I'm really all right, Susan. I guess I'm just a little out of shape.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. It was a wave of nausea. I felt as if there was a vice around my chest. I couldn't breathe.
Do you think it was your heart?
I don't think so. When I got back to the street, I felt fine.
You know, it sounds like an anxiety attack.
Why would I have an anxiety attack, for God's sake?
Oh, how should I know? I'm not a psychiatrist. But, you know, you did have an unhappy childhood.
Oh,
and
Susan.
Oh, really, maybe the playground triggered something, some memory. And you responded physically instead of emotionally.
Thank you, Sigmund Freud.
Charles.
You really think that's what it was?
Yes, I do. I mean, you know how you buried those memories. It's always been like pulling teeth getting you to talk about your childhood. You know, I think you're doing some kind of transference. You're trying to find a reason for Jimmy not to go.
Look, I'm all for Jimmy going. It's...
Well, what?
It's that playground. Do you ever get a feeling about a place that something just isn't quite right about it?
Well, why? I mean, weren't the children having a good time?
I suppose they were. They were having a loud time.
Well, then why?
Like, for one thing, I didn't see anybody around supervising the kids.
Oh, they're probably taking a coffee break. I mean, somebody has to be in charge.
Well, I didn't see anybody. And another thing, there were a lot of big kids playing pretty rough.
Was anyone hurt?
No, I guess not, but adults don't always see what's really going on. I know I was always getting beat up and nobody ever noticed.
Oh, there you hear yourself. You got upset because you were reminded of your childhood.
You know, you're probably right.
Well, you admitted it yourself.
The smells, the sounds, yelling and screaming. Well, it did sort of come back. And I overreacted.
Good.
Why good?
Well, because now you understand what happened. I mean, you know, it's probably why you've stalled so long about enrolling Jimmy in a play center.
Makes sense.
Oh, but honey, he'll be fine. You know, he's had a wonderful childhood so far, and I mean, we know enough to protect him from the kinds of traumas that you suffered.
Pretty smart lady.
You're right. And you know what? I am so smart, I'm also going to make an appointment with Dr. Pascal for a complete physical checkup.
There's nothing wrong with my body. It's my head that's screwed up.
Oh, come on. You haven't had a physical in over 5 years.
Okay. I'll go.
Good.
Hey, look. I'm feeling fine now. The drink helped. I'm going to take Jimmy for a little walk around the neighborhood before dinner.
Oh, you like that.
I should spend more time with him anyway. Hey, Jim. Let's take a walk, kid.
I'm coming, Daddy, I'm coming. Buy me a toy, Daddy, buy me a toy.
We're not around any toy stores, Jimmy, and let's just enjoy the walk, okay?
Okay, Daddy.
I'll tell you one thing. You're a lot more agreeable than I was at your age.
Daddy! Kids!
That's the playground. You'll be going there soon.
Wanna go playground! Wanna go playground!
Not today, kiddo. Let's cross over now.
Playground!
Jimmy, no. Come back here, right now. Jimmy! Jimmy! Jimmy, don't you ever run away like that again.
Wanna play in playground!
No, Jimmy. I told you, not today. It's almost dinner time.
Please, Daddy, please,
Oh,
playground!
Look at that kid. Yeah, crybaby. Hey, kid, what you crying for?
Don't cry, Jimmy. You don't want those boys to think you're a baby, huh?
Hey, kid, you want to come in the playground and play with us?
He can't. He's going home to dinner. Come on, Jimmy. Come on.
Hello, Charlie.
What?
Daddy?
Him again?
See you later, Charlie. Play with boy, Daddy?
No, we're going home, now.
Charlie!
Oh, Frank, it's you.
Hey, how'd you make out with that playground business yesterday?
No, I didn't like it much. It's too noisy and rough.
Yeah?
Hey, what is it with kids these days, huh? They don't show any respect.
Sign of the times. How about a drink?
Sure. Should have gone with you yesterday. Oh, did Tom Marshall join you?
No, as a matter of fact. Barely knew me when I went over to him.
Yeah, I told you he's changed, huh?
Yeah, I'll say.
Charles? Charles?
Well, Susan, hi. Hey, look, Frank, how about a rain check, huh? We'll do it tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, no problem.
Hi, Frank.
Hi. Well, have a nice night. See you on the train, Charlie.
Hi, honey.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was shopping. Thought I'd surprise you and pick you up.
Haven't been picked up in years. Where's Jimmy, in the car?
No, he's at the playground.
You left him there alone?
Just for a while, so I could shop. Might as well get used to it.
You know, I'm still not convinced it's the best place.
Oh, I thought it was all settled.
Well, I wanted to check out some other places.
Oh, 4. They're pretty much the same, and then the advantage of this one is that it's close to home.
Look, let's just get over there, okay? I want to be sure Jimmy's all right.
He's probably having the time of his life.
Uh-huh. I don't see him anywhere. Yeah, I just can't believe you leave a 4-year-old in there with all those screaming banshees. Listen to them.
Charles, these are perfectly normal children. They're just playing.
I don't call that playing. Look over there. That group of boys, what are they doing? They're throwing themselves against each other like it's some kind of demented football player. I'll bet Jim's right in the middle. Yeah, I see him. They're chasing him, that gang of boys. Jimmy, over here, run! Come on, Jim! Do you see that, Susan? They're after him.
It's only a game of tag, for goodness sake.
Jimmy, come on, run!
Daddy, they were chasing me.
It's all right, Jimmy. I've got you, son. You little bastards, get back in there!
We didn't do nothing. We was just playing.
Dawn, get back!
Charles! Jimmy's just fine. Aren't you, sweetheart?
The big boys, they chased me.
There, you see?
See what? An innocent game of tag, and you're turning them into man-eaters. nothing. Besides, Jim is the new boy in the crowd, and you know children always test each other.
Yes, I know.
I mean, how is he ever going to learn to stand on his own 2 feet if you keep trying to fight his battles for him? He's got to get in there and earn their respect.
Respect from those monsters? This place is some kind of special hell.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to argue. Let's just go home.
Hi, Charlie.
Who's that?
How the hell should I know?
He knows your name.
One of those smart-ass kids that calls everybody Charlie. God, I'd like to beat their pumpy little brains out, the whole lot of them.
Charles, you're doing it again.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Charles? What are you doing?
I'm getting dressed. I can't seem to fall asleep. Thought I'd go for a walk.
What time is it?
It's late. Go back to sleep.
Yeah, I will. In a minute. Look, now that I'm awake, I want to say something to you.
Please, Susan, no more discussion. I can't handle it right now, okay? I just need a little time to myself to think.
Look, Charles, please. I want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't mean to be unreasonable, okay? I know how hard this is on you, but it's rough on me, too. But I really feel that it's the best thing for Jim. You know, we've protected him for too long. It's time to cut the cord. Come on, you'll see. It'll work out fine.
You really think I'm being irrational about this, don't you?
Oh, honey, if you'd stop for a moment and listen to yourself, well, you'd realize it, too.
Well, good night.
Good night.
What am I doing back here? It's a loathsome place. Like a prisoner of war camp. All it needs are dogs. What's the matter with me? Susan's right. I'm being totally irrational. But
Hello, Charlie.
what are you doing in there? So late at night.
I sneaked out to see you. I knew you'd come.
Who are you?
I'm Tommy Marshall.
Oh, I thought there was something familiar about you. You're Tom Marshall's son.
Right, Charlie.
You know, Tommy, it's not very respectful to call an adult by his first name.
I have a lot of respect for you, Charlie. That's why I want to help you.
Help me?
Sure.
How?
My father felt the same way you do. He wanted to do something about it. He wanted to spare me the misery of this place.
It's true, isn't it? I've seen the bullying around here. Why can't Susan see it?
People see things differently, that's all. I guess it's got a lot to do with your own experiences.
Yeah. Every time I come here, I remember something else about my boyhood. When I think about those days, I don't know why I'm talking to you like this. Except that you've got such a grown-up way of talking. You said your father felt the same as me. What did he do?
He went to the office here and told them how he felt. He was afraid for his son, the way you are for Jimmy. So, he made a bargain.
What sort of bargain? With whom?
I don't know, but it's a way to help your son. You want to help him, don't you?
Of course I do.
Then come here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Bring Jimmy with you to the office.
This is ridiculous, talking to a child like this. I'm going home. Maybe I'll finally get some sleep. You too, Tommy. You go home. Your dad will be worried about you.
No, he won't. Tomorrow, Charlie, 4 o'clock, with Jimmy. Go to the office, explain it all. You'll see.
Forget it, Tommy. I'll solve this on my own.
4 o'clock tomorrow. See ya.
Hello?
Susan, it's me.
Charles. I'm so glad you called. You left so early this morning, we didn't get a chance to talk. Hey, were you avoiding me?
No, I just didn't want to go over it all again.
You know it's the best thing for Jimmy, don't you? Charles?
I heard you.
I mean, you do understand, don't you? He needs more than just his parents. And we can't take the place of children his own age.
Yes.
And he has to learn to give and take and, well, and fight, I suppose, if he has to.
Yes.
It'll be good for Jimmy. You'll see.
Yes.
Charles? You all right?
Susan, I'll be home a little earlier today. We'll go together to the playground. 4 o'clock.
Ring around a mulberry bush.
The monkey chased the weasel.
Pocket full of weasels.
Well, it won't be long before you know all the right words, Jimmy. The other children will teach you. Won't they, Charles?
Yes. They'll teach you everything.
You all right, Charles? You sound, I don't know, peculiar.
Oh, I'm fine.
You know, I can't think of anything better for Jimmy than this.
I hope so. It all depends on the office.
Well, the rates for playgrounds must be fairly standard. You're not going to quibble about money, are you?
No. But there will be a price.
Well, of course there'll be a price. Did you bring a checkbook?
Oh, it's all under control.
Play game, Daddy. Play game.
Yes, Jimmy. Very soon now. Susan, just remember this. I love you both.
Oh, and I love you.
Hello, Charlie. Hi.
That little boy is very rude.
Yeah, I'll speak to him about it. Why don't you wait here, Susan? I'll take Jimmy and get him registered.
Okay, dear. Now, you have a good time, Jimmy.
Bye, Mommy.
Bye, honey. I'll come for you at 6 o'clock.
Are you ready, Jim?
Yes, Daddy.
Okay, now, hold on to Daddy's hand. Tight, Jimmy. Tight. Keep walking, Jim. Jim. Come on. Hurry. Over there. Come on, Jim. Jim. Let's get inside. No one here. It's 4 o'clock. Jimmy, come sit on Daddy's lap.
Okay.
Attaboy.
Hello, Charlie.
Oh, Tommy, where's the person in charge?
It's all right, Charlie. I'll just sit here at the desk.
I don't think you should be here, Tommy.
So you decided to come.
Well, yes, well,
That's good.
Why don't you run along and play?
Play, Daddy?
No, Jimmy, not you.
That's right, Jimmy. Not you.
You're a very strange little boy.
The boy is father to the man.
Look, Tommy, I just as soon wait for whoever's in charge here.
No one else is coming, Charlie.
What do you mean?
Today it's my turn to initiate you. That's how it works here. Next time, it'll be your turn.
I'm tired of all these riddles.
Okay, no more riddles. You're a good man, Charlie. You're like a lot of fathers. You'd do anything to spare Jimmy all of this.
Yes, I would.
Even trade places with him?
I don't understand.
Sure you do, Charlie. Tom Marshall was just like you. He worried about Tommy. He wanted to save him the torture of growing up. So, he made the bargain. I made the bargain.
You?
I'm Tom Marshall, Charlie. I traded places with my son, just like you're going to do.
I didn't know that was the bargain.
It's not a bad bargain, Charlie.
And, what'll I have to do?
Just play in the playground every day, and go to school, of course.
Repeat my childhood. Grow up all over again.
Yes, but you know what to expect. You've been through it already.
Yeah.
You can handle it.
Oh, yes. I can handle it, yeah.
It's the right thing, Charlie. You'll see. You'll be glad for Jim.
I feel strange. What's happening to me?
You're doing fine, Charlie.
Daddy, I'm scared.
Nothing to be scared of anymore, Jim.
Hi, Jimmy. Want to play on the slide?
No, it's too high.
Go on, Jimmy. Slide all the way down.
Hurry up. Yeah, go on, we're waiting.
Everyone's waiting, Jimmy. Come on, I'll give you a push.
Don't push me, Tommy, please.
Slide, Jimmy, slide.
Charles, there you are. I've been watching Jimmy. He's having so much fun.
Yes, I'm sure he is. Why don't we go on home now, Susan?
Why don't you want to stay and watch him play?
No, I don't think so.
All right, dear. Let's go. You know, we really did the right thing, Charles. It's going to make a world of difference to Jimmy.
Yes, it will.
You're a good father, Charles Underhill.
Boy is father to the man. What? Oh, nothing. Just an expression.
Twinkle, twinkle, little lamb? What are the words? You're going to have to take hold of Daddy's hand tight, Jimmy. Tight. He's going to need all the help he can get over the next little while. After all, being a grown-up is a pretty frightening business. On this or any other side of the vanishing point. Reality is habit forming. You phone home, a familiar voice answers. The file is where you left it, on the desk. You drive the same route to work and back each day. You could do it blindfolded. That might even be safer. Because while your eyes are open, there is always the chance you might be distracted from the well-trodden path. Distracted by that doorway, which is not a doorway. The vanishing point.
4:23 on a Friday afternoon. We have another beautiful spring day on the coast.
Yeah,
17 degrees
great.
at Vancouver
Here
Airport.
in the middle
And
of
more of this
highway.
to come on the weekend. Sunny skies will prevail over most of BC, except for some broken cloud in the far north.
Hey, come on, lady.
Oh, it's not so nice everywhere, though. In Ontario, a late winter storm has buried Toronto under 60 centimeters of snow. Just think of those poor Easterners up to their you-know-whats in
So
snow.
choose one lane or the other, will
I'm sure
you?
glad I moved west of the Rockies. stopped, turning the traffic.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
let's
volume
do that.
delays
Let's
on most
turn the
major
traffic.
streets, and a holdup reported on the Lions Gate Bridge.
Now you tell me.
I can't quite make this out. Due to a man threatening to jump from the bridge. Police are on the scene.
Jump? What a time for it. Oh, yeah, there he is. Just a kid. What's he got to jump for? Oh, Christ! What are you, a tourist? Gotta stop and watch? Hey, where'd he go, that kid? Did he jump? He must have. Gee. I hope they got a boat or something to pick him up. Hello. Drink. That's what I want. Nice big gin tonic. Fresh lime. Sit out in the yard. Relax. That's funny. When did I put those lights in? Must have been just today. I don't remember them. Well, great way to start the weekend. Run a light and hit someone. Okay. Almost there. Turn that down.
What?
The music.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Is that your car?
Yeah, well, it's my dad's.
Well, would you mind moving it? There's plenty of room on the street.
Why should I move it?
I'd like to get into the driveway. I live here.
Huh?
Who are you, anyway? One of Janet's friends? I've never seen you before.
I think you got the wrong house, mister.
Oh, maybe Laura's. That's it.
I don't know any Janet.
Just move the car, will you?
Look, this isn't your house.
What are you talking about? I've lived here 15... What, am I on the wrong street or something? Where's...
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, just a minute. No. This is it. There's Jack's place, church.
You look sort of funny.
So where's my house? Where's my goddamn house?
Name, please.
Dr. Erickson, I'm on call.
Oh, yes, doctor. Come in.
Hey, here she is. Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, it's me. Hi, Jamie. Hello, Mary.
Good morning, doctor.
You look a little rough around the edges. Not a great night?
At 4 a.m., this is what you get. Was it you that called me in? Yeah, I should have known.
Hey, you're on the list. Everyone else is in Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
I've got a whole floor to look after. I can't spend all night in the cells.
I wish you'd stop calling.
A joke, a
Yes,
joke.
all right, okay. So, what do you have for me, Dr. McRae? Who do you have?
Well, it's a man. Mid-40s, I would guess.
Was that him?
You got it.
Oh, wonderful.
He was arrested for creating a disturbance. When he didn't sober up, the police brought him to us. We have him restrained now.
Was he violent?
He gave us some trouble. Here's his chart, what we have.
No name.
Not a real one.
Oh.
What's the matter?
100 milligrams of Thorazine?
Not subtle, I know.
And he's still shouting.
Yes.
Oh. Is he a heroin addict?
Oh, there's no sign of it. We have a test in, but...
And he's just hysterical.
That he is.
One of the aides is with him, doctor, if you want to have a look.
Yes, I'd better.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks.
This way, doctor.
Yes.
Danny!
Yeah, right here. I just went for some coffee.
I asked you not to leave him.
I was just gone a second. Really? Hiya, Doc. You going in?
Yes. Maybe give me a minute on my own.
Sure.
Hello. My name is Dr. Erickson. They've asked me to look after you. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Would you like to tell me? It would help me make contact with your family. Only if you want. Can you hear me?
Sure, I hear you.
Good. Mr.
You want to loosen these?
Pardon me?
The straps. I can hardly breathe.
Ah.
Just a little. I'm not sick. I don't need to be in this bed.
Let's talk for a minute and I'll see what I can do. All right? Now, will you tell me your name?
It's Borman. M. Borman.
I'm sorry, I don't believe that. You want to try again?
You know my damn name.
No, I don't.
Well, just loosen these straps, will you? I feel like I'm dying.
Name?
Davis.
Davis. All right. First name?
Arthur. 550 Mathers, 922-5019.
Very good.
Hey, where are you going? Let me out of this thing. Just my arms. Hey, I just want to smoke a cigarette.
Danny.
Yeah?
I think we can let Mr. Davis have an arm free, don't you?
Sure, if you want. Which arm, pal?
Right. Oh.
Is that better?
Oh, yeah, thanks. What are you doing?
I'd like to take your pulse, if you don't mind.
My pulse? What?
Danny, will you ask Mary to bring in the...
Get your hands off me, bastards! Let me out of this thing! Let me out! Let me out of this, you damn thug!
What happened?
Haldol, 3 cc's.
All right.
Let me out of this.
Sorry about that, Doc.
No, it was my fault.
You okay?
Yeah, wide awake now.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Who is this person? Has he been in here before?
I've never seen him.
Oh, he gave me a name. Will you take this upstairs and have them run a records check for me?
Sure.
Now, have them start with the city and go on if they need to.
Yeah, will do.
How is he?
It's taking effect.
Good.
I'll get someone to clean up. Would you like some coffee, Doctor?
In a minute, thanks.
Okay.
Mr. Davis? How are you feeling now?
Sleepy. Tired.
Good. I think you need some sleep.
What? Gone, I told you.
Pardon me?
Gone. Disappeared. Everything. House, Martha, the kids. I go home and...
Your house is gone?
Yeah.
Well...
Some strange people living next door. Who are they? Say they don't know me. I've lived there 15 years. Built the damn garage.
When did this happen?
When?
Last month? Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. I get in the car, go home, and it's not there. Left work, go in the car.
Work? Where do you work?
Real estate. Rim Real Estate. Downtown on Georgia. 1036.
Who can I call there?
Yeah, I called Doug. McClure. You'll find him.
McClure, all right. Good.
Oh, yeah. Tired now. Going to sleep.
You do that.
Hello. Yes? Anyone there?
Jamie? It's Liz. Sorry, I've got my mouth full. You called me?
Yeah, where are you?
I'm just at my office having some lunch.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got some information for you with reference to last night's arrival.
Oh, good.
Maybe. First of all, from records, no Arthur Davis, no A. Davis matching the description was a psychiatric patient in a provincial hospital in the last 12 years.
Really?
We could go back further, but those records aren't on computer, and the staff won't be pleased.
No, it's probably not necessary.
Also, the police came around and gave me their end of the story.
Oh, yes?
They picked him up in West Van, apparently. He was trying to force his way into a house. No one in the house had ever seen him before.
This was on Mathers Avenue?
Yeah, that's right.
He claims he lives there.
Well, he doesn't. Not only that, but the car he drove up in was stolen from a parking lot yesterday afternoon.
I see.
So, quite the character you got here. Any idea what's wrong with him?
Not yet.
Any instructions?
How do you mean?
Well, medication or...
Jamie, I haven't even seen the man when he wasn't drugged to the eyeballs. Give me a chance. Give him a chance.
Okay. See you later.
I'll be in.
This is all a trick, isn't it?
Pardon?
The whole thing. I know how you did it, too. The scotch in my office. You put some drug in the bottle. I thought it tasted funny. You hypnotized me, made me think I was driving
I did all this?
You and your comrades, sure.
To what end?
Because you're KGB or CIA. You're trying to brainwash me, turn me into your agent.
What an idea.
It's true, isn't it? I've read about these things.
Mr. Davis, do you know where you are? The psychiatric ward at Vancouver General Hospital.
Sure, that's where you do these things, just like in Russia.
I see. And why did we pick you?
How should I know? You've got your reasons.
I assure you, none of this is true.
Then what am I doing here?
We assume you're suffering a psychotic attack. You were arrested for assault, and since you've been here, you've displayed bizarre and aggressive behavior and consistently lied as to your identity. Now, until we know who you are and what's wrong with you...
You know damn well who I am. You know everything about me.
Mr. Davis, none of what you told me checks out. You don't live at 550 Mathers. There is no Rim Realty, no Doug McClure who knows you. No medical records, no birth certificate, no driver's license, nothing. Either everything you've told me is a lie, or you don't exist. Which is it? Well?
Here. Give me the telephone.
Why?
Just give it to me.
All right.
This is a trick, isn't it? There's one of your people on the other end.
Do you really think we have the budget?
Yeah, who is this? Who are you? I want to talk to my wife, goddammit. Put her on. What?
It might have been a wrong number. Do you want to try again? Mr. Davis?
No, damn you! What are you trying to do to me? Where are they? Where did you take them?
Who?
My wife, my kids. They were there waiting for me. Now it's gone. They're gone. Everything. Oh, my God. Get me a cigarette, will you? There in my jacket.
All right.
The other pocket. Yeah. Thanks.
What's this?
Huh?
It was in your pocket, part of a newspaper.
Oh, yeah. It's one of our ads. You see? Art Davis, Commercial Industrial Real Estate. That's me.
What newspaper is this from?
The Sun, yesterday.
I see. Mr. Davis, if I'm going to help, you'll have to answer my questions as truthfully and completely as you can. I want all the details you can give me. Let's start with your name. Who are you?
Arthur Davis.
Your middle name?
Yeah, William.
Date of birth?
May 20th, 1935, in Regina.
When did you come to BC?
Later on, in 64, I think, we drove out. I had this old Plymouth.
You were married at that time?
Oh, yeah, and we had our first daughter. Oh, yeah, it was beautiful. The mountains. I always wanted to go back, try climbing some, maybe look for gold. Who knows? So I told him to shove it and quit. Then we started our own office. Made a lot of money till the market went dead.
Want to hear more? There's another tape.
No, thanks. That's enough for me.
What do you think of it?
What's to think? It all sounds very normal. Dull. Somebody's life.
Except that none of it checks out. Not one detail. Even this newspaper clipping, it's not from any paper I could find.
He made it all up?
I suppose he must have.
Well, it's not so unusual, is it? Imposture is an element of paranoid schizophrenia.
But this is different, Jamie. His story is so complex and consistent and banal. I mean, a schizophrenic might assume of a mythic personality, God, Christ, Napoleon. But a real estate salesman?
So, he's an unusual case.
Unusual? The indications are so contradictory, I don't even know where to begin.
Well, are you ever completely certain? There are always contradictions, unusual elements. You just have to blip over them and go with your best judgment.
Yes, I suppose so.
Either that, or take his story at face value.
How do you mean?
Assume it happened as he claims. He left work, went home, and it had disappeared. Everything was changed.
Oh. Well, it's a child's dream, an archetype. You go home, but it's not there. It prepares you for separation, death of the parents. I know I had it when I was a girl. Very upsetting it was, too.
Hello. Yes, she is. When? All right, thanks. You're Mr. Davis. He locked a nurse in a closet, walked out the front door.
So rain, why don't ya? Singing in the, just singing in the, what a glorious. Hey, watch it. You want to drown me? Idiot! Yeah, wet. Pretty wet. Somebody stop and take me to a bar. Hey, hear that? Stop and pick me up. Hey, lady. Ah, you know, spot. Oh, get cold. A drink or something. Where's a damn bar? What a city, eh? Pouring rain, no place to drink. Ah, hey, there's something. Cars. Stop a minute, why don't you? Hey, let me get across. Feels so good. Hey, let me by.
Mr. Davis? Hello? Can you hear me?
What? Martha?
No, it's Dr. Erickson.
Who? Oh.
Do you remember me?
Oh, sure. Where did you say? Where?
You were back in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
You're lucky to be anywhere alive.
Am I? What happened?
You were struck by a car. Apparently, you were walking down the middle of Georgia Street. You don't remember?
Yeah, I guess so. The street, the cars.
Yes.
You know, Doc, it's funny.
What is?
I think I figured it out. That afternoon when everything happened. I remember now. I left the office, went out the door and started to go to the elevator. Then I passed the stairs and I thought, I need the exercise, I'll walk down, so I did.
Yes?
That's it. The stairs were never there before. They're at the end of the hall by the washrooms. But Friday, the stairs were right in front of me, so I went in. After that, everything was different. It was all changed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out.
Yeah. Me too. Me too, Doc. I don't know what good it does me. I can't find the stairs again if the whole building's gone.
Maybe it's a start.
Could be. It could be.
Yes. Oh.
Liz, wait till you see what I've got for you.
Money? Airline tickets?
Nope, even better. Listen to this. See what you think. Male, Caucasian, age 49 years, brown eyes and hair, height 5'11", weight 210 pounds, married, 2 daughters. See what I'm getting at?
No, but go on.
This is a missing persons report from Ontario. Last seen January 15th in Toronto. Left work at real estate office. Disappeared.
And the name?
Alan Davidson.
It's close. Oh, but how likely is it that...
There's a photograph. Not a good one, but have a look. What do you think?
It looks like him. May I keep this?
Sure. I've asked them to send more information so we'll be sure.
I'll take this down to him, see what happens. The photograph may start something. I don't know. He's built up such an elaborate story. I doubt he'll want to let it go.
Okay. Let me know, will you?
Will do. Thanks.
Hello? Oh, Dr. Erickson.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Mary. How's it going?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. You?
Oh, about the same. Quiet night?
Mm-hmm, yes. Do you have business here today, Doctor?
Well, just checking in. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, all right.
Hi, Danny.
Hey, Dr. Liz. Long time no see.
Oh, sure. It must be 6 or 7 hours, eh?
What?
Just joking.
Oh, yeah. You looking for someone, Doc?
Yes, my patient. Did you move him?
Your patient, who's that?
Mr. Davis, or whatever his name is.
Davis, eh? Geez, I don't think I know him. He just come in?
No. What do you mean you don't know him? You were here the night he arrived. He knocked over the table.
Yeah? I don't remember.
Is this a joke? What have you done with him?
I don't know what you mean, Doctor. Maybe you should ask Mary. She'll know. Come on.
What in the world?
Hey, Mary, do we have someone called Davis? Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Davis? No, there's no one by that name.
John Doe, then. You know who I mean. I visited him last night, for God's sake. Have you lost him since then?
Last night? You must be mistaken, Doctor. Well, I was on duty. I don't remember. Your name isn't in the logbook.
What are you talking about? I've been in here every day since... What?
I haven't seen you in several weeks, Doctor.
Weeks?
Me neither, Doc. Not since that kid last month.
This is unbelievable. Jamie's put you up to this, hasn't he, Dr. McCrae? We'll get him on the phone. I don't think it's very funny. Well, call him.
Dr. McCrae's on holiday in Hawaii.
He was in my office an hour ago.
I don't think that's possible.
Well, possible or not, he was there. He gave me a missing persons report on our Mr. Davis. Look, I've got it right here. Here. Is it just blank paper? Well, I know I put it in here. It's... What is this? What's happened?
The door closes behind you and is no longer there. It is difficult to say if you are locked up or locked out. But either way, there can be no return once you have stepped through the vanishing point. What is the worth of a man? Inestimable, you say? Let's see. 24 elements make up the human body. Hydrogen and oxygen for the most part, a weight of calcium, some valuable deposits of sodium and potassium in the nervous system, precious traces of tin, fluoride, and silicone. With today's prices, you might fetch upwards of $100. Not too high. Of course, some men are worth more than others. Even a small fortune. It's whatever the market can bear at the vanishing point.
Franz, look. Oh, look at that one.
Impressive.
I'd call it masterful. The man has such incredible control.
Had, my dear. He is dead, you know.
Don't be facetious, darling. Oh, look at the brush strokes. They're bold. Almost arrogant, you'd think, but, you know, I just...
But with the glorious talent to back it up, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, Jeremy, I'd like you to meet Franz.
My pleasure.
Franz and I met only last night, but he tells me he collects things, so I thought I'd bring him to see the Soutines. This Soutine especially. It's my favorite.
Which is yours, Jeremy?
Well, as owner of this gallery, I'd have to say everyone sold will probably turn out to be one of my favorites.
Frankly, Jeremy, I'm hoping Franz may take the hint and buy this one for me as a token of our new friendship.
Well, I'm wondering whether Soutine is worth it.
Oh, you're not serious.
At these prices, I certainly am. I have no artistic pretensions, you see. As Sophie said, Jeremy, I collect things of value, but it's their investment value that interests me, not their artistic merit.
Isn't that a little crass?
Well, at least it's frank, Sophie. All right, sir, let me meet you on your own ground. I predict that within 5 years, the price of any genuine Soutine will have quadrupled.
Then why are you selling these? Wouldn't you be better advised to hold on to them?
Franz.
No, it's a fair question, Sophie. I'd love to hold on to them. Unfortunately, my banker doesn't leave me much choice. Oh, bloody hell.
What is it, Jeremy?
Look for yourself. See what just walked in.
Oh, the poor man. He looks so down and out, so lost.
Oh, just some old bum looking for a handout, I suppose. Well, I'll deal with him in a hurry. Excuse me. You there? What the devil do you think you're doing here?
I saw Helmut's painting in the window, and I had to come in and see if he was here.
Helmut? Yeah? You're mistaken, old man. This is a vernissage of Soutine's work. That means private, by invitation only. Out.
Please, you don't understand. Helmut is what my wife and I used to call him. Just sort of a pet name.
Oh, really?
Are you telling me you knew Soutine?
Yes. Of course, that was many years ago, but he lived with us. He was like family. In fact...
All right, enough. Now, will you leave, or do you want me to call the police? Come on, out.
No. Take your hands off me. I have a right to be here. More right than any of you.
My, such passionate conviction.
Please let me handle this.
No, I'm really curious. Tell me, old fellow, what gives you this right, as you call it?
Claims he knew Soutine. It's nonsense. Probably barged in, just looking for a free drink.
Oh, that's a lie. He was like a son to me. I mean, he was only a boy, but even then, a genius.
How long ago was this?
I guess 25, perhaps 30 years ago.
This is ridiculous.
Please, I don't want to cause any trouble, but there was a certain still life my wife and I both loved. Could I just look around to see if it's here?
No, you can't. I want you out of here now.
Jeremy, can it do any harm to have him look?
Sophie, please. If he knew anything about Soutine, he'd know that he destroyed all his early work before he destroyed himself. A year ago.
Halmuk dead? Oh, no. No, I can't believe it. Halmuk dead?
This collection is all that's left of Soutine. All done during his last 10 years. No other exists.
Excuse me, but there is one other. Mine.
What? So now you're going to tell us you own a genuine Soutine, eh?
Yes.
I don't suppose you brought it with you by any chance?
Yes.
What was that you said?
Yes. I did bring it with me. It's always with me.
The man's obviously mad. Come on, old man. I don't want to hurt you, but I think it's time.
Let go of me! Get your hands off me! All right. Then I'll show you. I'll show you all.
Stop him. He's ripping his clothes off.
Why, this could be amusing.
Damn you dare!
Oh, painting. Cheryl, look. It's not just painted. It's tattooed.
Let me see that. It's not possible. Please, old fellow, could you hold still a minute?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, the style is Soutine's, no question about it. But tattooed? How could it be possible?
Maybe it was copied from the original.
No, I don't think so. Please, old fellow, will you hold still just another moment?
I don't feel well. I'm cold.
No, it's not a copy. I'm almost certain. The boldness, the immediacy of attack. It would have to be a Soutine, and yet...
Look here, it's even signed. Is it Soutine's signature? Well, is it?
Yes.
Of course it is signature. Who else would sign it? Please, give me back my cloth.
Oh, yes, of course. Here, old fellow. I mean, Mr. I'm sorry, you haven't told us your name.
But then you never asked it, did you? Seems to me you were too busy showing him the door. What is your name, sir?
Drioli. I feel weak. Could I please have a drink?
Of course. Oscar, over here. Quickly.
He looks like he's starving.
Here, drink this. There. That better?
Yeah.
Mr. Drioli, I hope you'll forgive our little misunderstanding before, but your story seemed so absurd.
You thought I was a liar. You thought I was a bum. Well, I'm neither. I've been down on my luck lately. That's all.
Of course. Could I get you anything else? Huh? Some food, perhaps?
No, thank you. I'm all right.
Then perhaps you'll tell us about this remarkable work of art you carry with you, Mr. Drioli.
Oh, please, he's still weak, Franz.
No, I don't mind. You see, I was a tattooist by trade. In those days, I was one of the best. I'm talking 30 years ago in Paris. Josie and I had this little flat in the Montparnasse. Nothing fancy, but comfortable. Helmut came to board with us, but he never seemed to have 2 sous to rub together, let alone pay us board. He wasn't easy to live with. He was quite mad, you know. Anyway, on this certain day, I think it was in November, I'm not sure, but I remember it was cold and miserable outside. Still, I came home feeling really good. I had reason to be that day.
Josie! Josie, my love! Where is everybody?
Shh, Anton, you must be quiet. Helmut is working, and he's in the most dreadful mood.
And when isn't he? Calmo!
Anton, please.
Calmo! God, there you are. My boy, come on.
What in hell are you shouting about, you fool? Can't you see I'm working?
I can see you've been working too hard, that's what. Look here, do you see what I brought home with me? Do you? Wine. 6 bottles. Count them. We are going to celebrate.
What in hell have I to celebrate? I haven't sold a goddamn thing in months, and that pig who calls himself my agent.
Forget that, Calvin, just for tonight. All right.
What has got into you, Anton?
I'll tell you what, my love. Today has been such an incredible day. I did 9 tattoos. Would you believe that? 9. So, we're rich.
All right, so you're rich. That makes you a rich fool. So what?
Oh, no, Carmo. Tonight you can insult me all you want, but it won't matter. Tonight, my children, we 3 are going to get splendidly, gloriously drunk. And we did. Oh, we did. Even Helmut loved with it. We had never seen him laugh as he did that night.
Excuse me, but why did you give him that name, Helmut?
Oh, a little joke. He came from Western Russia, and he had the look of a Helmut, a Tartar.
Interesting, I'm sure. But the painting?
Well, as it turned out, the 6 bottles weren't enough. We went out for more. And all this time, drunk as I was, this idea had been stirring in my head.
Then it is agreed. You divorce Josie and I marry.
Oh, he's not on that again.
Why not? He's a fool and I'm a genius and I adore you and...
Anything your heart desires. But first, my little Helmut, I want you to do something for me.
Boże mój, here it comes.
Listen. I want a painting from you.
Is that all? Go ahead, take your pick.
No, a special painting, one I can have with me always, wherever I go, whatever happens. A painting of my love, of my Josie.
Now you're talking. All right, I'll do it. A nude study of Josie.
No, not nude. Absolutely not.
Why not? I'll get a canvas right now.
No! Helmut, will you listen to me? I want you to paint a picture on my back.
But it would wash off the first time you bathed, Anton.
Maybe he intends never to bathe again.
Oh, no,
Then you leave him for sure, right, Josie?
No, listen, damn it. I want you to do the painting on my back. No, on my skin. Then I want you to tattoo over it.
Anton.
You're crazy. What do I know about tattooing?
There's nothing to it. I'll teach you in 2 minutes. Look, I have my whole kit here. All the needles. Every color you could name. Now, watch. I plug in the electric needle. Now, watch, honey. See how easy it is. Finally, it was agreed. It would be a portrait of Josie. Drunk as he was, Halmuk mastered the needles in no time. His hands were as steady, as masterful as always. And drunk as I was filled with joy at the thought that both of the people I loved most in the world would be with me always.
What an incredible story. But to disfigure your own
What?
body like that? For life?
Disfigure? To offer the skin of my back as a canvas to a genius? Madam, I mean no offense, but as beautiful as you are, I would not exchange my skin for yours.
What would you exchange it for, Drioli?
What? I don't understand.
Of course you do. You possess a certain important work of art which happens to be on your skin. Would you consider selling it?
Franz, you can't be serious.
But it's ridiculous to even... I mean,
Let's
how could I
just
possibly...
suppose an acceptable way could be found, agreeable to both parties.
Hold on now. I think that, as the owner of this gallery and of the Soutine collection, I have a certain prior right here.
Well, really, considering the shabby treatment you gave this man, I should think you would be the last person he would consider selling the painting to.
How dare you, sir? May I remind you that you were a guest here, and if it weren't for Sophie, you wouldn't be admitted here at all.
The fact is, I am here. The fact is, what we have here is purely and simply a piece of valuable merchandise. Why shouldn't it go to the highest bidder?
Franz, don't you think this has gone far enough? Last night I thought you were different.
And last night, my dear, I thought you were enjoyable for a few hours at least. Today, I find you a bore.
You bastard.
Be quiet and stay out of this.
Mr. Rioli, can we discuss this privately? I'm sure we can come to some arrangement.
What are you going to do? Skin the bugger?
That's not funny in the least. I'm sure there's a way. They're doing wonders with plastic surgery these days. Perhaps we could...
Skin graft? Oh, come now, Jeremy. Surely you know that at Rioli's age and in his condition, such an operation would kill him. Or wouldn't it matter to you?
Look here. I've had quite enough of you. I want you to leave this gallery right now. Do you hear?
I intend to. And I intend to take Drioli with me if he'll come. Well, trust me, my friend, what I have to offer...
Don't listen to him. He knows nothing about art, nothing of the value of an early Soutine. I can make you rich, Drioli. Unbelievably rich.
Stop it! The painting is not for sale. I'm not for sale. What do you think I am? Something to be bid over? Like a piece of meat? Oh, leave me alone, both of you.
Drioli, wait, please. Listen to me.
Just leave me alone.
Drioli, wait. Please. Just for a second.
Can't you leave me alone? I told you...
I know. I just want to talk to you. You've nothing to fear from me.
Oh, sure. Like that other one. All you want is the skin off my back.
No, nothing like that. There's another way. Look, could we go somewhere and... Oh, there now. Steady, old fellow. Are you feeling ill again?
No, just busy.
And just possibly hungry. Oh, yes. Well, we can fix that at least. Look, there's a nice restaurant just up the block. Come on, what do you say?
I don't need your charity.
It's not charity. Call it friendly concern. Admit it, Drioli. You weren't just hungry. You were starving. When was the last time you had a decent meal?
I don't know. A while, I guess. Things haven't been going too well. My hands, arthritic. Nothing works anymore.
Tell me, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Oh, 60. No, 61, I think, yes. You thought I was a lot older, didn't you?
You're not that old. You're still capable of enjoying the good life, aren't you?
Are you making fun of me?
Not at all. I think you are capable of enjoying the finer things. I can already see you appreciated the marinated duck and the Bordeaux. Here, have some more. Tell me, Drioli, do you like to swim and bask in the sun?
Of course. I suppose everyone likes that.
But not everyone can have the finest food, the very best wines from the Chateau of Bordeaux. Not everyone can have a cupboard full of the finest custom-made suits, silk shirts.
No, but what...
And what about the company of beautiful women? Your choice, no limit.
Stop it! You are making fun of me.
Sit down, Drioli. Come on, relax. I was not making fun of you, far from it. You can have all of these things and more.
In exchange for what? My skin?
In a way, but not the way that idiot at the gallery was suggesting.
Then... I don't understand.
Patience, you will. It's really quite simple. You see, Drioli, I'm a man who likes to acquire things of value, unique things, things that other people would give anything to own. Not necessarily because they mean anything to me aesthetically, but because I love to outbid, or let's admit it, outfox others to acquire them. It's a kind of a game with me, and since I'm already a very rich man, I can afford it. Do you follow?
I'm not sure.
Never mind. Let's put it this way. You have a thing of great value, a painting, as it happens, which happens to be on your back.
Yes?
I would like to acquire that painting. Huh? But since I can't very well separate you from it without doing you a lot of damage, I'm willing to take you with the painting.
You want to buy me?
No, not exactly. What I would like to do is put you on exhibition as a curiosity, if you like.
Well, I don't like. You want to make a freak show out of me?
A freak show? Not at all. A walking art exhibit, perhaps, but in such a way that you yourself would enjoy beyond measure. This I guarantee.
But what? How?
All right, listen. Among my most recent acquisitions is a small but very exclusive hotel in Cannes called the Bristol. Only the very rich can afford it, so I try to find, let's say, unusual diversions for them. You, Drioli, would fit the bill perfectly.
You mean you'd want me to walk around naked just so these people could stare at me?
No more naked than any of them. You'd be on the beach all day in a pair of swimming trunks. Does that sound unpleasant to you?
No.
I should think not. It's also beautifully simple, don't you see? You spend each day just sunning yourself, while my guests enjoy the rare privilege of seeing what is, in effect, a $1 million art exhibit on your back.
I can't believe it. I mean, it's all so crazy.
Perhaps, but very real. Think of it, Drioli. Think of the rewards, yours for the asking, just as soon as you like, for as long as you live. Just say the word.
I don't know. It's all so...
Well, look, there's no hurry. Why don't you think it over, Drioli? Take your time. Just think about it.
Yes?
Mr. Drioli? I hope I'm not disturbing you, but I must speak to you. Please?
I'm sorry, I don't... Oh, yes. Aren't you the young lady who was at the art gallery the night I...
Yes. My name is Sophie Lascelles.
How did you find me?
Well, it wasn't easy. May I come in?
Yes, I suppose, though the place is a mess. Come in. I'd offer you something, Miss Lascelles.
Oh, that's all right. I'll come right to the point, Mr. Drioli.
Huh?
I had you traced here because I felt I had to warn you about this man, Franz.
Warn me?
Oh, yes. I know he went looking for you that night, and I've been worried for you ever since. Oh, please, I'm serious.
Excuse me, miss. I don't mean to be rude, but you're looking at a man who up to a couple of days ago thought his life was over. And suddenly, I'm about to have everything. I mean, everything I could possibly want. And respect. Respect! Do you know what that means to a man like me?
Is that what he promised you?
Yes, and more. I mean, who is ever given a second chance at my time of life? Mind you, I have to give something in return. I have to walk up and down at the beach of a luxury resort hotel, the Hotel Bristol in Cannes. I have to let people admire my back while I bask in the sun.
Mr. Drioli, please listen to me. You don't know this man. You don't know what he's capable of. Oh, what if Franz is lying to you? I mean, what if he wants to do...
Look here. Do you see this?
Money.
Yes, money. More money than I've seen in years. And he gave it to me, just to tide me over until we leave
You're
next
leaving
week.
With him?
Yes, I told you.
Mr. Drioli,
For
you mustn't.
Yes, I must. And I will. Do you think I'm going to give up this chance? Oh, no.
Look, all I want you to do is think about what I've been trying to tell you.
Please, miss, don't interfere. Don't ruin it for me. Please, just go away, please. Go away. And don't worry. It will be fine. It will be so fine.
Please sit down, Miss LaSalle. As I told you on the phone, this will have to be brief. I have a pretty heavy case list on my hands. The department
I
doesn't...
intend to be brief, Inspector. And I can assure you that what I tried to tell you on the phone will be of immediate concern to the department.
Well, frankly, that wasn't my impression. I'm sure you can appreciate that in my job, I can't afford to deal in conjecture. I deal with facts, or at least with probabilities. All you've given me so far are vague suspicions about a man you admit you've known only briefly, and against whom you seem to harbor some kind of grudge.
I know. That's all I had to go on until an hour ago when I called you again.
You mean you've got some new information?
More than that. Oh, I'm sick with the thought that I waited almost a month before I contacted you the first time. Now it may be too late.
Oh, please, Miss LaSalle. Exactly what is this new information you claim
All
to
right.
have?
You remember I told you how Franz had promised Drioli to set him up at his resort hotel in Cannes?
Yes, I have my notes here. The Hotel Bristol.
Yes. Well, I know Cannes pretty well, and I don't know why it never occurred to me earlier to check it out.
Check what out?
Well, finally it did occur to me the other day, and I contacted a friend who lives in Cannes. And this is what I received from him an hour ago.
A cable.
And what it says in essence is this. First, among all the people in Cannes who are in a position to know these things, not one has even heard of this man Franz, let alone seen him.
Really? But perhaps they
Secondly, Inspector, and this is not conjecture, it is fact, there is no Hotel Bristol in Cannes.
And one more fact. Not more than a few weeks later, a very original picture by Soutine turned up for sale in Buenos Aires. It causes one to wonder, doesn't it? To pray for the old man's health, and to hope fervently that wherever he may be at this moment, he is on a beach, basking in the sun, that he is being paid the respect he desired and so richly deserved, that he has collected an admiring audience beyond the vanishing point. Planet Earth is being invaded. The flotsam and jetsam of dying suns, meteor showers laden with the stardust of vanished solar systems. After 4 billion years, the Earth has grown accustomed to these intrusions. But not us. We're kind of edgy, newcomers in the scheme of things. we're not entirely sure we're welcome here ourselves. And so we make a wish on a falling star. A wish that it will burn up in our atmosphere. A wish that it is not the prelude to the vanishing point.
Somebody passed the butter.
Here.
Thanks.
Did anyone see the game last night?
Who, me?
Toss the salad up this way, would you, Sally?
Funny. Catch it!
Wasn't that the vase I gave you?
Well, I almost caught it.
What are they doing blasting today anyway? It's Saturday. Don't we deserve any peace?
I don't think it's blasting. I saw a flash in the field, beyond the orchard.
Why would they be blasting?
Oh, it's probably another one of those defense buildings or something like that. Which they need, of course, to defend us against a war that probably wouldn't happen if they just stopped putting up the damn buildings. And the noise scares people half to death, even out here in the country.
You're right, Sally, but what can we do about it? Anyway, I think it's a meteor.
A meteor?
Let's go see.
Oh, no, dinner's already getting cold. Now sit down, both of you.
Bossy. Much too bossy. Always was. Can't think what you want to marry her for, Graham.
Oh, come on, Sal. You know you're curious.
Well, how many meteors have you seen lately?
Oh, all right, let's go.
There it is. Over there.
Slow down, will you, Dad?
Not much of a meteor, is it?
It turned up a lot of earth.
Well, that crater can't be more than 8 feet across.
But where's the meteor?
It must have buried itself. We'll get a gang to dig it up tomorrow.
You better rescue Mitty before she falls in.
Come away from there, Mitty.
I know you are all anxious. Tomorrow, you will be on your way. So stay calm until then. Everything depends upon your being calm. You are all volunteers. There is no least among you. Your leaders are for administrative purposes only. You have volunteered for different reasons, but there is a common denominator. The determination that our race shall survive. Civilization is the ability to adapt to change. Until now, we have adapted. But now our world is senile, and we are not. We must find another home. Tomorrow the globes will launch, setting out for the 4 corners of the heavens. They might find anything. Or nothing. You are the seed of Forta, and we must hope that you will find fruitful soil. You are all that Forta signifies. Take our prayers with you.
You shouldn't have touched it. It ought to have been left where it was until the proper authorities had inspected it.
And who, Sergeant, are the proper authorities for the inspection of meteors?
That's beside the point. These days, a lot of things besides meteors fall from the sky. Even now that you've dug it up, you can't be sure.
It doesn't look like anything else.
All the same, Mr. Fontaine, you should have left it to us.
Hell, it fell in our...
We'll know what to do next time a meteor crashes in our field, won't we? Suppose we go have a look at it.
Where is it?
It's in the shed, over here.
Sergeant?
It only went down a short way, so the men were able to dig it up easily.
You wouldn't say easily if you heard what they said about its weight.
It wasn't as hot as we expected either.
It's in here.
See?
The only kind of weapon it suggests to me is a cannonball.
I didn't say it was a weapon, Mr. Fontaine.
Then why the hassle?
It's the principle. You shouldn't touch a mysterious object until the bomb squad has looked at it.
The bomb squad?
I've already called them. They should be here soon. Until then, we won't move the object.
How about touching it?
What?
It's almost cold now. What's it made of?
I imagine it's an ordinary chunk of meteoric iron. Odd that it didn't come down with more of a crash, though. You'd think a bomb would explode on contact, right, Sergeant?
It could be a delayed fuse of some sort. No one will disturb it until the bomb squad man sees it. What's that? What's that sizzling sound?
Sizzling?
Kind of a hissing noise. Listen.
It's coming from the meteor.
Do you smell anything?
What, gas? I don't think so.
Is it normal for meteors to sizzle, Mr. Fontaine?
I wouldn't know.
I see. Under the circumstances, I think we should withdraw to someplace safer on the other side of the house until the expert arrives.
My body aches. Oh, how long has it been? They said we should expect weariness after such a long journey. Didn't you take a capsule? Yes. It's beginning to work. So, we have arrived, Ewan. Listen to the noise. We seem to have come through it well. The woman in the compartment next to me is dead. There were 1,000 of us. We expected a few to die. When she didn't come out of her compartment, I went in. Her eyes were staring at me. Most of us have survived, Hans. Yes. I smell something odd. The pumps are exchanging old air for new. Alien air. I wonder if there's alien life to go with it. They're cutting the way out. Won't be long then. If life exists outside, we must try to communicate with it. It is their world. I'm more concerned with the world itself. What looks promising through a telescope might be deadly in reality. No, Ewan. It's the life here that is important. We must work with it to establish ourselves. We could scarcely expect to find intelligence on a planet so young. Yes, that's true. Aren't they through yet? Almost. We're through, Hans. We're through. Assemble in the central chamber. We're almost there. Almost in our new world. Hurry, Hans. Hurry. Quiet, quiet. Silence, please.
We have broken through to the outside world. It is irrevocable. We cannot reseal the globe. If we are separated, each group will elect its own leader and try to re-establish contact with the rest. We probably will never know how the other globes fared on their worlds. We must act as though we are all that remains of Forta. What we need is courage, not heroics, not momentary bravery. We are the seed of the future, and every grain is precious.
Halt! Sons asked us to halt, Ewan. Sorry. I was anxious to see what the world outside looks like. We all are. Have patience. Why have we stopped? Sons is surveying the new world. Why isn't she going out? Perhaps she's afraid. Sons? I doubt that. I'm afraid. Who knows what's out there? Can you see anything? Bits and pieces. It's gloomy outside. There are shadows everywhere. The ground is littered with boulders. I can see ridges stretching far into the distance, and someone has blocked my view. Is there life outside? I can't see. Well, never mind, we're moving again. Feel the ground, Ewan. It's not soil. Look at the sun. It's square. Oh.
Walk carefully. There are many crevasses.
They must be artificial. They run parallel to each other. And they're perfectly straight.
I wish I could see further, but this plane is so dark.
I think this is a geometrical world lit by a square sun.
Rubbish.
Then how do you explain it?
I do not rush into swift, facile explanations. I observe, and then, when I've gathered enough data, I deduce.
Well then, what do you deduce from a square sun?
It may not be the sun. It may be some sort of reflector. Despite its size, it doesn't give off much light. And certainly no warmth.
Don't wander about. We must organize.
What was that? Something's coming.
Draw your weapons. Can anyone see it?
It's too dark.
There it is.
It's at least as large as the globe.
Don't be afraid. It's only studying us.
Look at its eyes, Mewin. They don't have the intelligence to study us.
It's coming closer. Look at its legs. Like massive pillars.
What are they covered with? Strands of shining black metal?
And the stench of its breath.
Its mouth is like a cavern.
I think it's about to...
Crushed. How many?
20. At least. Move back. Stay away from the paws.
A dozen more. Not so close, sons. She's under it. Did she kill it? I think so.
A brave leader.
There's no time to mourn. We must find safety in case there are more creatures.
Why don't we go back inside the globe, yes?
The creature was as large as the globe. We can't hide there.
What about our equipment?
Once we found a safe place, we can return for it. Here. We can hide in this cavern. I'm not sure about this. Why not? I don't think this is a natural cavern. The cliff above us is perfectly straight and perpendicular to the ground. Nonsense. The cliff's made of the same material as the ground we're standing on. See?
It's what I said. A geometrical world.
Yes, that must be it. And this cavern, its height is too regular, too precise. Doesn't matter. At least in there, the creatures can't get at us. Yes. It's too narrow for those huge paws to reach. Follow me. What a stench. Something must live in there. How far back does the cavern go? I'll take some of you with me to see if there's another exit. Who will come?
I will.
Go. I'll stay here.
No. You have no adventure in you.
There may be more creatures.
What can be worse than the one that attacked us already?
Good luck, then. The rest of us will wait here. How long have they been gone?
Hours. Oh, most of us are asleep.
I wonder if they found an exit.
I hope so. I'm not looking forward to setting foot out there again. Not with that creature there. Even dead, it's terrifying.
Do you think that's all the life of this world? There must be more. There has to be. What's that? Something's outside. Another creature? No. It's bigger. How much bigger? It reaches to the sky. The whole plain is awash in light, and I can't make out details. But it's not coming toward us. I think it's looking for something. What was that? It may be communicating. Wait. It's picking up the dead creature. Why? I don't know. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the second creature's size. If things like that exist on this world, what chances have we?
What the hell are you doing with that, Brown?
It's a cat, Sergeant.
I can see that.
Why, thought the bomb squad might want to examine it.
What makes you think the bomb squad is interested in dead cats, Constable?
Well, 2 hours ago, I went into the shed to check the object to see if there was any developments. I remembered... Excuse me, sir.
Sure.
I remembered you warning about the gas, sir, but the hissing had stopped. The object seemed inactive, so I went closer. You know, there are a lot of scars and dents in that thing. When I went down to examine it, I heard this faint buzzing sound.
You mean sizzling?
No, buzzing, sir. Like a circular saw, heard from a long way off. I decided the object was active after all, and I came out of there fast.
And you found the cat on the way out?
Oh, no, sir. The cat went into the shed about 15 minutes ago. I thought it might disturb the object, so I went in after it. I found it lying beside the object, sir.
Gassed?
No, sir. Look. See? Right under the jaw?
What made that hole?
I don't know. But it goes all the way through the head. Look. Comes out here.
Almost took the ear off. No fumes. Of course, a bullet couldn't have made the hole anyway. The exit wound is as clear as the entrance. Is the thing still buzzing?
Well, it was silent when I found the cat.
Any ideas?
Well, if you pushed a piece of wire through the head, it might make a hole like that, but it'd be pretty messy, and there was no... Well, I mean, the cat seems pretty well undamaged, sir.
Who'd want to kill a cat anyway?
Well, I don't know, Sergeant.
Isn't it about time that bomb squad man showed up?
I'm worried about Issa's party.
Well, they're fine. You don't know how far they had to travel.
Has anyone seen the exploring party?
No.
They should have sent word.
Do you expect them to send someone back to ease your mind?
No. But I'm worried. Is the creature coming back? There are 3 of them. As large as the previous one? 2 are larger. They're blocking some of the light, and I can see them in more detail. They walk on 2 legs. The 4 legs appear underdeveloped. They're picking up the globe. Picking it up. They've taken our globe.
Our globe is gone?
Yes.
Our equipment?
Everything. Our possessions, our inheritance. All of it.
What can we do?
Without the globe, very little.
Hans!
Ewan,
Hans!
Where's the rest of the exploring party?
Dead.
What?
Only 2 of us survived.
What happened?
Behind the cavern, we found a series of tunnels. They went back as far as we could see. Foul with the smell of unknown creatures. This broke us into groups.
There are 5 tunnels and 20 of us. We'll split into 4s and explore them.
There's a horrible smell, Is.
You'll get used to it. If any of us finds an exit, we'll return to the cavern and wait for the rest. It's dark, and there are many obstacles. So walk carefully. Watch that boulder. Its edge is sharp.
There are a lot of droppings about. Smell them. By their size.
We have weapons.
There may be things we can't defeat with our weapons.
If we defeated the creature that attacked us by the globe, we can defeat anything.
I wouldn't assume that.
Look, down that passage. Do you see the shadows?
Creatures?
See how spindly they are?
See how large they are? Do you hear that?
A rock slide.
That's no rock slide.
Do you see anything?
Only shadows.
We're being followed, but I can't see anything.
Prepare your weapons.
Attack is unwise. We're confused in here. There are only 4 of us.
I see something.
Halt! spindly creatures. Then we have nothing to worry about.
I disagree.
So do I. It towers above us. Its 8 legs makes it much nimbler.
And the claws.
Those fearful legs are too fragile to damage us. Watch this. I told you we could defend ourselves.
Exhausted.
So am I. Perhaps the tunnels have no end.
They must end somewhere. Or do you prefer risking the plane again?
I prefer getting back to the globe, where we're safe.
We're under attack. Fire at the legs. Did we lose anyone?
Not here. About those other tunnels, however.
Then we'll press on. We must find an exit. Do you see? Open country beyond.
Are we going to explore it?
No. We'll go back to the cavern. We may need all our numbers when we enter open ground.
Yes. There could be other creatures outside.
More of the spindly creatures.
No. It sounds different.
Can anyone see it?
Wait. I see it. There.
Where?
There. The gray lump. And it's not spindly.
Don't run! Defend yourselves!
They've had enough. They've had enough. Fend for yourself and let them do likewise.
And you haven't seen any of the others?
No. Only 2 of us made it out of the tunnels. The rest were killed by the gray creature or were lost in the dark.
Some may return then.
Perhaps, Hans. But it's just too easy to get lost.
It's as though we've been condemned to some fantastic hell.
At least, if we make it through to open country, we'll have survived the worst.
Yes. Maybe beyond the tunnels, this nightmare world gives way to sanity. Is it so much to ask? Simply to live, to work, to build in peace.
Be careful when you cut it open, Harrison. It might be a bomb.
I know that. It's my job.
Sorry. It's all yours.
Thanks. Would you both stand back, please?
Can I help?
No. Now, you see this little hole here? It goes roughly into the center of the object. I've probed it, and as far as I can tell, the object is harmless. I'm just going to cut it open. It's completely empty.
Empty?
See for yourself, a whole lot of little compartments, like a section of honeycomb. Hold it, it's not empty.
Get down!
Relax, Inspector. There's nothing explosive in here. A few packs of something that looks like seed, various powders, but no bomb.
What kind of seed?
Don't ask me.
If it isn't a bomb, what is it?
I don't know. I can tell you it isn't a bomb, but beyond that, you're on your own.
Well, Sergeant?
Well, we'll take it into town and examine it more closely there.
And we're still waiting to hear something.
Well, hell. I was sure it was a meteor.
It may still be. An artificial meteor.
A satellite?
You'd think if they sent something all the way across space, it'd be a little more intelligible.
Who?
What?
If who sent something all the way across space?
Imagine what it would be like if we could travel that far.
Oh, I didn't mean...
All the people who are tired of wars and sickness are setting out in a huge ship for a clean new world where we could start again.
That's not what I meant.
If we could only start again somewhere else. A place where we could live and work and be happy. That's Mitty. Something's wrong. She's dead. My God, poor Mitty. I wonder... Ow!
What is it?
Oh, something stung me.
What are those things? Ants?
No, they're not ants. I don't know what they are. Look at them. They can't be more than 1/4 of an inch long.
They look sort of like ladybugs.
Pink ladybugs. Oh, come on, Sally.
Pick one up, Graham.
All right. They can run fast enough. But here we go. See? That's no ladybug.
You're right.
Are those eyes there? No, I mean there, on the front of the body.
Yes, I guess they are. Well, look. It's holding something.
Yeah.
A piece of grass or thin wire. Ow! Damn, these little bastards can sting. You got a spray handy?
In the shed, there should be something.
Hold on a minute. I'll get it.
How's the hand?
Hurts like hell.
Just hang on a minute until we've got rid of these things, and we'll have a look at it.
Here we go. It was on the shelf above the workbench.
Oh, that should do it.
Want to bet? Look at them.
Hundreds of them crawling toward the shed.
Ah, there we go. See, they're slowing down. That ought to fix them. Yeah, there they go, waving their little legs. Have I missed any?
I don't think so.
They've stopped moving anyway.
Nasty little things. I wonder what on earth they were.
Fortons, you have penetrated our atmosphere, our shield. But we cannot bear to have you penetrate our thick skins. Looking out into the vastness of space, we're not sure whether we aren't ourselves staring into the gigantic nozzle of a spray gun, while we search the skies for a glimpse of the hand on the plunger at the heart of it all, at the vanishing point.